Okay, welcome back everyone to the Paladin's Tavern. I'm Joe, and this is where the mighty come to play. We're here in Lord of the Rings Online. It is Tuesday, February 18th, and thanks for being here, folks. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Wasn't a good day, and today is not a great day either, to be honest with you. So bear with me if I happen to be a little low energy today. I do apologize. But hey, we're dual streaming. We're here on Twitch, twitch.tv/The Paladin's Tavern, and on YouTube at The Paladin's Tavern as well. So hopefully you can, if you're not checking this out live, it is on YouTube as well. And I thank you for catching the recap. Just to remind everyone, this Friday, Jenny and I, my wife Jenny, we are going to be streaming Dungeons and Dragons, not DDO, not Dungeons and Dragons Online, but pen and paper. I've got a homebrew campaign that I've been working on just for this stream. I'm very excited about it, and we're going to have a really good time. That's going to be here at 11 p.m. Eastern. What's going on here? Okay. I'm like being forced to like, you must do this quest. I don't want to. Complete tasks in Middle Earth. I don't want to complete tasks in Middle Earth. To hell with it. So I'm very excited about this D&D stream. And so to answer a couple of quick questions, we are going to be playing 5th edition D&D. It is going to be a brand new campaign, so the characters are going to be level 1, so you're getting in on the ground floor. And the streams will be on YouTube at the Paladin's Tavern. So if you missed the live stream, it'll be forever archived on YouTube. Socials, right over there, or over there, I should say. Go ahead. Follow the. How should I do? I'm on X at the Paladins at Paladin's Tavern. So if you have an X account, come check me out. Say hi over there. Yeah, all right. So I think we're just getting into it. Now I'm here in Moria, and grabbing quests, doing quests. I just got into the Descent, and so far I have to say, I'm kind of getting used to the map here in Moria, and as I'm getting used to it, I find myself enjoying it more and more. So this is I'm digging it. This is definitely a cool place. I'm really feeling it. What's up, Ty? Good evening, Paladins of the Tavern. Hey, I like those emojis. That's a lot of fun. That's good stuff. So, Captain's Emblem. What is this? Legendary Item Forge. These LIs, man, they are. It just seems to be like a cornucopia of information that just never seems to have a bottom. Oh my gosh! All right, so let's see what this guy has to say. Thetmar, Book 2, Echoes in the Dark.
Are you lost?
I'm glad you've come to the deep descent of Arwen. A captain such as you should be able to help my people with many of the tasks that need doing here. Among the Silverteen Lodes, we're particularly plagued by the goblins of Gamil Philic. I wonder if they're just a bunch of family-loving, baby-having goblins over there. I don't know. Let's go ask Amazon. I'm sure they'll have I'm sure they'll have a very interesting take on that. Enemies of the deep descent. If you're looking for tasks, we have plenty of them, Avarin. The most pressing issue is probably that of our closest neighbors. Stilling, one of our miners, has sent back reports of a great goblin family settlement. Great goblin settlement. Too near here, unfortunately. The name of the place is Gamil Filik, and you can find Stealing there making an assessment of the threat. Head south from the deep descent and then take the east path at the crossroads and you'll find Stilling there. Alright, so we got to go find him. Ty, yeah, the new LI system is what finally drove me to looking for builds at LOTRO HQ. Not so much for the overall build, but the, quote, just freaking tell me what traceries to choose for my legendary items, please, unquote. I know, right? That is the thing. Excuse me. Oh man.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into
Talk to Garther deep in the deep descent. A moment of your time, if you will, friend. When first we entered this place, we had no intention of pushing as far as we did so quickly. Now that we've breached this far down into the depths, and we see the horror of what's happened here, there are some discoveries that make many of us uncomfortable. It's bad enough to know that there are orcs and goblins all about, but to think that they've breached some of our most hallowed and secret holds gives one reason to hoist a hammer and crack some goblin skulls. Still, we have orders and we must abide them, lest we endanger everything we attempt here. My friends, Garther and Hofberg, are concerned about some discoveries we've been seeing as of late. Crystals, dull and black-looking, more like glass than crystals, have been turning up here and there, and we don't know what this signifies. Speak with my friend Garther, if you would, and see what he knows. Alright. Garther. And here he is. Talk to Falgear at the deep descent. Aye, these crystals bear the mark of a great dwarf treasury long forgotten beneath this place. Mithril may have well been the true wealth of Moria, but it was not the only wealth we knew here. There were many riches to be harvested from these mines. Anything that was not mithril was taken to treasuries throughout Moria, and there stored for safekeeping. Complex puzzles. Anyone need a cuzzle out there? If you need a cuzzle, I'll come over there and give you a big old cuzzle. Complex puzzles guarded the treasure therein, and now they are well hidden by the ingenuity of the dwarves. I also know that one of our treasuries was recently breached by enemies. Our orders bid us to stay here, surely for our own safety. But I have good mind to disobey. Alas, I have no more news to share, but feel free to tell Felger of what I've said. He's literally in earshot. He heard everything you said. Did these guys have like a bro argument and they're like, tell Felger what I said. I'm right over here. Tell him what I said anyway. I'm not speaking to Felger. He sullied my beard. They're standing right next to each other. All right, I get it. Like if he was like way over the corner and Falgear was way over there in the other corner, but he's not. He's not even 5 feet away from him. Tell him what I said. He heard what you said. Garthier thinks the vault is breached. He also thinks some deaf. Well then, that makes decisions more obvious, if you ask me. Are you still looking for a bit of work?
We have little time this week. Great events have been set in motion.
If you're to enter the vault of the Forgotten Treasury, we must prepare you for what you are to face. It's located to the south and east of here, though more southernly than east. Between our hold and your destination are many, many orcs. These orcs are likely a smaller... These... Oh no, if only Amazon were to see this quest text, I'd be so offended. These orcs are likely smaller, stupider breed than the other family-loving orcs you're going to be slaughtering in this quest. Than the ones you'll encounter inside the treasury. For it would take cunning enemies to enter such a protected place. It would do you well to hunt the lesser orcs for a short while. This will give me time to prepare you for the adventure. Head southeast and south of here and collect a bundle of scraps from these orcs. Then return to me when you've had enough. Oh, man. I'm surprised Corey Olsen plays this game with such, maligned quest text against family-loving orcs.
We can only hope that Durin's pain
Not the orclings. No. Anything. Anything but those beautiful baby orcs that were conceived in a loving marriage. How terrible. Oh, man. Okay, so what's this all about? The Lost Dwarf. Find Flick. This Fleek. This will be my head. This will be my head for sure. I was not supposed to send Fleek out with any tasks, but he kept begging me. His father is leading one of the eastern parties of the expedition. If he knew I let his son go out there, he'd never come back. And he never came back, they would probably throw me down one of these fissures here. I will never be heard from again, unless, of course, you could find him. You'd be saving my beard if you managed it. Ore samples.
Many foul things dwell in the
deep
depths
descent.
of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles.
Is that supposed to be a woman? It sounds like a woman is voicing the dwarf.
We can only hope that Durin's pain sleeps deeply.
That's definitely a woman voice actress. Female voice actress. You may wonder why we have come to this vast deep of Arwen and scattered to the wind as we did. The Silvertine lodes are famous for being the first and primary source of true silver, or mithril, as it's called by many. A large branch of miners have gathered for an expedition to search the Silvertine from head to toe, starting at the toes in its roots here. We've not had much chance to mine yet, as we're beset by dangers and missing dwarves and other mishaps. Would you care to do the honors of mining ore in the vicinity of the deep descent? Sure, if I can. Alright, so I'm all quested up. Ty. Not the orclings, no. Anything but those little orc children. All right, so I kind of have to figure myself out over here. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I don't know. I got a lot of quests. I should probably just run out there and start slashing at things. Up the stairs we go. Stand alone. Standing alone. Alright, so what is this area here? What's the lost? No. Is it? No. Ore samples. Alright, so somewhere here are ore samples that they want me to start digging up. Yeah, I think I found one. Let's take a look. Reddish ore sample. A sample of some reddish ore in the Silvertine lodes. 0 out of 8. Alright, that's 1. 7 more to go. This quest might go pretty quick. I see another one over here. And another one right over yonder. Look at that, right there. Oh, and more there, and more there. Wow. Here I was thinking this might take a while. Just smashing these rocks. Who dat? A druid running around. Let's pump up the volume a little bit here. See if that works. Okay. After this, one more. Nice. Whoa. What the heck? Deep Claw Gnasher. Look at that. He was protecting the final one. Got him. Alright, that's that quest. Now, what's this blue one here? Enemies of the Deep Descent. Oh, is that where all the beautiful little orc families are? That I'm going to be mercilessly slaughtering in the deep? Here we go. What's he got to say? Oh, here's... Stealing. This guy's got a bunch of quests. Enemies of the Deep Descent.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot.
Well met, good man. As you see, I've discovered some very unfriendly neighbors to the Deep Descent. I don't see anything.
We will not retreat before anyone.
Hold on. I see nothing. Oh, okay, yeah, there's that little guy over there. Moria Guard. What level is he? 52? He level 52? Maybe I'll pull out one of my hirelings. Well, Avarwin, we've been lucky so far in that goblins infesting Khazad-dûm seem to be terribly disorganized, with inept leaders. Nevertheless, we cannot relax our guard. If I read things rightly, there is one particular leader among the nearby goblin tribe who's been bold enough to organize a raid against the Deep Descent, and I think it would be best if he doesn't live long enough to carry out his plot. See if you cannot perhaps weaken the goblin forces in Gamilphilic and deal with their chieftain while you're at it. Aye. Armor.
At long last, we will drive the maggot folk from our homes.
I like the vibe this guy's giving off. Drive the maggot folk off. I like it. Armor of the Deeps. Collect goblin armor scraps. 0 out of 7. Alright, so, what does he say? The make of the goblin armor disturbs me, Varwin. It's finer than I would expect them to have, and certainly to make themselves. If the goblins are being supplied with armor and equipment from elsewhere in Khazad-dûm, then I think we had best find out where that source is and remove it. However, I can't be certain of my fears unless I have some of their armor to examine. For that purpose, I'd have you collect some of their armor from the goblins while you're in Gamilphilic. Okay. Sounds like a good time. Let's call forth Rodrigo. Yeah. Let's my man Rodrigo right there. Glossy cave skin. Gross. New deed bestowed. Complete quests in the Silvertine loads. 1 out of 15. I should go pretty fast. And then I'll get 2k virtue XP out of that. Which reminds me, I should take a look at my virtues. Patience is indeed a virtue. And I'm leveling up my patience. After this, I'll start leveling up wisdom, and then I'll have them all unlocked. Which is good, because you get these little passive bonuses out of these things. Ty, we'll call you Anakin. And not just the men, but the women. And the children. That was a massive red flag to Padme. How she's still, like, married Anakin Skywalker. After finding out that he slaughtered an entire tribe of sand people, women and children, knowing that he had been a part of the Jedi Order for probably about 10 years at that point as a kid, and this is still what he did, and she still married him. I mean, I'm not saying, like, you know, run screaming from the guy and all that. The dude needed help. But, you know, maybe investigate a little bit. Gosh. I guess maybe she was blinded by love. But, no, I can't even accept that for Padme, because Padme was a queen. She was a young queen, but queen nonetheless. She had experience governing and with diplomacy, and she was she shrewd? I don't necessarily think she was really shrewd. But, you know, at the same time, you know, after she was queen, she still served as senator on Coruscant. And had been in politics at that point. After being queen, she was a senator for, what, 10 years up to that point? You know, she had all those years to kind of mature a little bit and get into the nitty-gritty of politics a little bit deeper, other than just being a young, idealistic figurehead. And still, like, she still didn't... I don't know, man. We gotta call out George Lucas a little bit on the inconsistency of this character. I think if these characters were real people acting in real ways, I think Padme would have been like, listen, we gotta pump the brakes on this a little bit here. Something's going on with you, Anakin. And we need to get Obi-Wan involved. You need to tell him what's going on. Otherwise, I am not continuing not only this friendship, I am not continuing this relationship with you. You know? Like, it should have gone to that level. That's just my 2 cents. So, as much of a Lord of the Rings fan as I am, I'm also a big Star Wars fan. Up until Disney and Kathleen Kennedy ruined the IP. Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and Rogue One being pretty much the only good things that Disney has ever done with the IP. Ty, it was not as inconsistent as the Jedi Order, not picking up on Palpatine before it was too late. Yeah, no, well, I agree with that, but the thing was at least there was an explanation involved, at least a loose one. which is that there was a problem happening on both ends. Number one, the Jedi Order had become very arrogant, which was a theme that you see play out mostly in dialogue with Obi-Wan and Anakin. They're kind of representative of the young Jedi Order, and by the end of the Clone Wars, you could see the Jedi Order becoming very arrogant, and that kind of plays itself out in the way that sort of Obi-Wan carries himself. But the other thing is that Palpatine was able, due to that arrogance, was able to shroud the Jedi Order and understand their understanding of what is going on around them through the Force. Palpatine was able to shroud that, which is the reason why that the first movie is called The Phantom Menace. It points out the fact that the Sith have made a return, and they didn't know about it because of some sort of connection problem the Jedi Order has with the Force. And they actually spell that out. So I understand, and I if I were writing it, I think I may have offered maybe a little bit more of an explanation or found a different way. I don't know. But I do agree that it just seems really, like, I don't know. It seems off. It definitely seems off. It doesn't seem like enough of an explanation. But I'm willing to accept it for what it is to kind of move on through the story a bit. What's up, Nandaz? How are you? I want to give Nandaz a shout out. If there are folks watching the stream right now that are not following him, Nandaz is a great LOTRO streamer, brand new, trying to make affiliate. TBC Nandaz, that's his channel. If you're not following him, please give him a follow. He's a great guy. Nandaz saying the Jedi lost their way and were serving a corrupt government, which in turn was feeding into the dark side, which is what clouded their judgment. So by serving the Republic, the Jedi shifted from lawful good to more neutral and even at times evil. And hello, everyone. Hello. Yeah, see, I think that's a really great explanation. I like that a lot, and I wish the movies kind of had a chance to state that in that way a little bit better. You got it, friend. You got it. All right, let's see what Stealing has to say.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for dying Ironfoot.
I had feared this was the case. Upon closer look, it is no mystery where this came from. These suits incorporated old pieces of dwarf metal and armor from long ago. The craftsmanship is so fine that even the vast span of years between has not destroyed it. Unfortunately, what time could not ruin, the foul hands of goblin smiths have. Some of these pieces must have been rebeaten and reworked a dozen times by now, and worn by even more goblins over the years since they were looted from their fallen or from hidden armors of old. I fear they are of no use to us now. They serve only as another reminder of the ancient tragedies that engulfed fair Khazad-dûm in the darkness. Nandaz, Jedi were never meant to be soldiers and generals in the war. They're peacekeepers. Yeah, I remember,
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane.
I remember George Lucas kind of calling that out as one of the giant missteps of the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars. That the Council allowed themselves to be pawns of the Republic. So yeah, it was very. I found the whole thing very interesting because Anakin Skywalker's perspective, who by the end of, or close to the end of Revenge of the Sith, he is very, very conflicted over, who's actually good and who's actually evil, because the Sith and the Jedi had become very similar in lots of ways. So I understand, his confusion, although, maybe just kind of walking away from it all, like so many other Jedi did. Order 66 didn't wipe out every single Jedi. Many of them went into seclusion, and some before them had a chance to just flat out walk away. So, I know Count Dooku was one that did walk away, although he fell to darkness as a result. So, Gathrock has fallen. That should set the goblins back again in their efforts to organize against us. Oh, I get to pick a thing. Let's see. Medium armor. A one-handed mace. Alright. If I sell this, I'll get 8 silver, 62 copper. This one, 880, so I'll go with that. Deadfall.
At long last, we will drive the maggot from our holes.
Yeah, Nandaz, exactly. Well said. Because he's currently partly correct. Because he's actually partly correct. From his perspective, the Jedi were bad, but although the way he was going about things was also wrong. Yeah. Yeah, he should have... I think for Anakin Skywalker to remain intact the way he was as a Republic hero, I think he just needed to walk away from the Jedi Order and from Palpatine and just let that sort itself out. He should have run away with Padme back to Coruscant and had their baby, which obviously was the twins, Luke and Leia. And I think you still get A New Hope with Luke and Leia, even if he does that, because the fight between Palpatine and Mace Windu. No, I don't want to conflate Mace Windu with Palpatine. I think they're vastly different characters. But I think if Mace Windu would have won that fight and killed Palpatine, he would have experienced as a gray-aligned Jedi. I think he would have experienced a massive shift toward the dark side. And I think when Mace Windu would have ended up assuming control of the Jedi Order by force, and then using that to assume control over the Galactic Republic. And he would have replaced Palpatine as a dictator anyway. And then I think what would have happened was Luke and Leia, raised by Anakin, with who I'm assuming Obi-Wan would go into seclusion as well. I think Obi-Wan and Anakin would have raised Luke and Leia, knowing they're Force sensitive, to be part of a new, broken off part of the Jedi Order to then free the Republic from the Jedi Order. And they would have formed their own thing. Tie, which was why the Old Republic, in the Old Republic, the Order tried to maintain themselves as protectors of the Republic without being beholden to the Republic government. Yeah. Very true. Yep. Nandaz is No, I never played. Did you ever play Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy? No, I never played that. I never did. I was always a big fan of. Of Star Wars from high school. I never played that one though. I think really like. I don't think I played a lot of Star Wars games. I played Knights of the Old Republic. That was a phenomenal game. Probably one of the greatest games to this day ever created. I played KOTOR 2 for a little bit. I was a huge fan of SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. I still have that. Still have my account. So, you know, I still, although that game has changed so much now, I'm just utterly confused by it. Yeah, some of those early Star Wars games were fantastic. I still hear about Obi-Wan. Ah, what's going on here? Dark passage. A hidden passage nested in the wall near Gamil Filik. Reach our hand in there, see what happens. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Just this real stanky area here. Shame they made all that lore redundant. I know, right? I mean, just... That was the first red flag on Disney's Star Wars. It really is. That was it. I think a lot of us knew then, but we didn't want to. You know, like we wanted to give it a shot. And it was kind of reasonable for, you know, saying like, all right, we want to do our own thing. So we're going to sort of relegate this to, you know, Star Wars Legends, quote unquote. We want to do our own thing. Like, that's kind of understandable. But, you know, just seeing what they did with it. I mean, come on, man. What a disappointment, too. Because at the time, Disney owned and had just recently acquired Marvel Studios, and they were doing great things with Marvel Studios. I remember talking to some buddies at work, thinking like, you know, man, Disney owns Marvel Studios, doing a great job with that. I mean, we really can't go wrong with this acquisition. I think it's fantastic. Boy, was I wrong. What a flippin' shame. Ty. Yeah, that was a huge red flag when Disney wanted to move away from the expanded universe. It really was. Probably because they didn't want to deal with the negotiating with the rights. Yeah, I get that, Ty. I do. I completely understand. You know, George Lucas had allowed many authors to purchase the rights to his IP to write, you know, books and all kinds of things, right? I mean, all kinds of things. Comics and books. I mean, the list is just massive. And he sold the rights for that time and time again. And those contracts, you know, Lucasfilm owns those rights, but at the same time, the author owns, you know, the rights and the circumstances in their story. So, you know, that's a negotiating nightmare. And I totally understand, you know, why they did that. But at the same time, they turned around and they took popular elements in that expanded universe, and they ran with it anyway in their own way, and just did a crap job with it. It just, So they ended up getting around the rights issue, but then at the same time they used similar parts of the stories and did a terrible job, you know, with an adaptation. It was ridiculous. You know, if you think of something completely unique. Otherwise, buy the freaking story, pay the rights. I mean, you're Disney, for God's sakes. You know, these folks have unlimited, literally unlimited funds. Unlimited. One of the biggest companies on Earth, and they're you know, pussyfooting around with their story. I mean, come on. What's the matter with you people? Ty, yeah, Disney was already becoming activist captured, and they had, quote, the message they needed to send. I was cautiously excited, too, for the chance to get more regular content. My God, what they did to the Solo kids, the Luke, the new Jedi Order. Don't even. It's too much. As Legolas once said, for me, the grief is still too near. I mean, come on, man. It just... really just terrible. Terrible. Yeah, Ty. Well said. I just can't. I had to walk away. I had to walk away from the whole thing. For me, Star Wars is episodes 1 through 6. I don't even acknowledge the other ones. It's fanfic to me. That's all it is. It's just fanfic. Real flippin' shame. And for a while, I had friends ask me, like, you know, oh man, what do you think they should do in order to make up for it? And I said, there's only one thing they can do. Drop the whole damn thing, okay? And make a sensible story out of the Old Republic. And turn that into a TV show. That's what they should have done. They should have created a TV show out of the Old Republic. The shroud of the dark side clouded our judgment. Indeed. The Jedi weren't the only ones who were manipulated by the dark side. Disney would have to fire most of their staff and executives, to be honest. Yeah, it's too far gone now. Disney is too far gone. I'm hoping this massive cultural shift that we are now going through, away from, you know, woke communist crap. I hope that kind of lights a fire under their butts to tell these clowns, listen, you know, we're losing money hand over fist due to your shoddy writing. So take a writing class, okay? Take a writing master class and come up with some good scripts. Otherwise, your ass is canned, kids. No one cares about your George Soros money. No one cares. All right. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's coming down hard on anyone who espouses this commie woke BS, and we're not having it. It would be in Disney's best interest. But, you know, we've been telling what would be in Disney's best interest as fans for years now. Do they listen? No, they don't. Trap's been set. Alright, so now I gotta lure this guy here. So I've been fighting this guy. And what I should have been doing is getting him over here. That's funny. The power of reading your quests, my friends. Nandos, maybe we should found a new Jedi Order. I'm into it. Ty, new small independent studios producing new IPs is the only hope. Much like with games. Yeah, for sure. So speaking of that, if you're not aware of this, there is a small game studio called Once Lost Games that was created by the original creators of the Elder Scrolls, Ted Peterson and Julian LaFay. And they are creating a brand new a brand new RPG called The Wayward Realms, and it's a reimagining of a spirit. It's like a spiritual successor to Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, and the kinds of things that they're doing with this game are really incredible. They are. Well, one of the things I think has fans most excited is that it's going to have a virtual game master, where the game is going to be looking at the choices that you're making, and then the game shifts dramatically as a result, and it's infused in every aspect of the game, from quests that you complete to gear that you choose. So pretty incredible stuff. Head over to waywardrealms.com to check out to check it out. Really awesome. Hey Cole, what's going on? Is there an end to this game you're playing, like a final boss or something? No, this is a so it's an MMO. So basically you pay so that the game studio who created this game can constantly put more content into it, so you always have something to play. And really the game is about getting through the story, acquiring new gear makes you more powerful, using some brand new skills that are fun and exciting, learning the story that's going on, and hanging out with friends who are playing the game at the same time, and then taking on new going through dungeons together. So it's a cooperative experience if you so choose. And your reward for doing all of that is new gear, and there's like cosmetic stuff that you can do as well. So that's kind of what it's about. Ty, hell yes. Nandas, what intrigues me is the lack of a main story. It looks as though it's a sandbox. Very exciting. Yeah, now there is a main story to it. However, they don't really like that term, main story. Thank you very much, Jesse, for the hydrate. Cole saying cool. Very cool. I'm running out of water. I gotta get me some more water. AI reactions, etc., to world events, so players have very different experiences. I'm cautious about Wayward Realms with all the procedural generation. Not really a fan of that in tech. Yeah, no, the game developers were saying that even though there's proc gen in the game, and a lot of it, they're very well aware that Daggerfall helped kind of make the word proc gen a little bit of a dirty word, and so they're trying very hard to not have some of the sameness and silliness that procedural generation can and does create in their games. And
Orcs of Moria have much to offer.
so I'm actually very close with the folks that make the game. I am the official podcaster for their podcast, Wayward Radio, and this is brand new podcast. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So it seems to be a thing with Apple. I'm not sure why Apple Podcasts isn't listing it yet, and so I'm trying to figure that out. But so I did directly ask them about procedural generation. I think in the first episode, which is out right now, and you can check it out there. In fact, if you like, I will give you the link to the first episode. Let's see. I wonder if they created a playlists. Yeah, here we go. Wow. 9,000 views so far. Not bad. So here's the first episode of Wayward Radio. I'm very proud of it. You can find it right here. So this is the video version of the podcast on YouTube. Ty, yeah, Daggerfall was extreme proc gen, and Starfield did not help its reputation, not in the slightest. And I asked them about that too. I said, with Starfield, I mean, how are you getting around some of this? So, and they answered it, and very well. I was quite satisfied with their answer. So, go ahead and check that out if you are interested in Wayward Realms. And when that game comes out, I am definitely going to be streaming that like you wouldn't believe. I'm very much looking forward to it. So, Puklor lies in a grave of stone. Hopefully that will remind the goblins to whom Khazad-dûm truly belongs. I do not care what evil lords support them. The very bones of Khazad-dûm stand against them. Okay. For the life of me, I don't know why I can't use my mounts in Moria. Driving me a bit batty. Just a bit. Running around everywhere. Hey. Go to sleep okay? Okay. Good. Hey, Jesse, how are you? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Ty says howdy. All right. Very sorry I missed yesterday, guys. But I'm here today. Doing good. Just winding down the night. Yep. Jenny just got our kiddos into bed. I thought I was going to be late again tonight because my son was having a hard time falling asleep. But he went right to sleep. Yeah. Oh, good. He only took about 5 to 10 minutes. Not bad. That's good. Cole, how did D&D go on Friday? I didn't get to tune into the stream. We couldn't do it, unfortunately. Yeah. This whole week, the whole weekend, Friday. So I ended up having some a big flare up with my PTSD on Friday, and again yesterday as well. So that was the reason. It's been a very like hectic week at work and at home, and with the kids and streaming on top of it. So by the time Friday came, there was just so much going on. It just sort of sent me like right into overdrive, and I was just completely unable to do anything. So I canceled the stream on Friday, and was not happy as a result, but I did take the opportunity, since I had 6 more days in front of me to get ready. I actually took the opportunity to use those 6 days to prepare even more, and I'm glad I did, because I was able to kind of figure out some things with my D&D campaign that I just didn't have the time to pay attention to earlier. So everyone's gonna benefit from on this Friday, which is gonna be our first one. Everyone's gonna benefit from that, and it's gonna result in a deeper story, more thought out circumstances. The encounters that you're going to see are going to be more thought out. Banhammer. Self-destructive softener. Best viewers on Streamboo. Banned. Yeah, so everyone's going to benefit. We're all going to benefit from a much deeper experience than I would have delivered on Friday. Jesse, I started leveling a blue captain with my friend, and I'm loving it so far. Okay, yeah, he this character started off as a blue captain, and then I switched over to red line because I was starting to get a little frustrated with the lack of damage. But that's because I play my captain as a sword and shield captain instead of a two-hander. So I was definitely nerfing my damage a bit there. Cole, glad you're doing better. Now I'm looking toward the stream Friday. I'll definitely tune in. I'm curious how the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing goes. Oh, it's a great time. It's a lot of fun, and I was able to kind of add a little production value to the stream you're going to be seeing. So, I normally like to go for physical dice, but this time around I've incorporated digital dice onto the stream. So. As long as your Aunt Jenny's okay with it, what I'd like to do is I'd like to roll digital dice on our on the digital D&D desktop that you're going to see me stream. And the reason why I want to do that is because even though I'm a big fan of physical dice being rolled, the digital dice gives people watching the stream something to see, and so when actions are being done in D&D, you gotta roll a dice. So let's say there's a goblin, right? You want to hit him with your sword. You gotta make 2 rolls. The first roll is to see if you hit him. So you take a 20-sided die, you roll, and you add a modifier or two to that roll, and which is called your attack bonus. So you roll a 20-sided die, you add your attack bonus, and if the sum of that number equals or is greater than the armor class of the enemy that you're trying to hit, then that's a sword swing that lands. So, for example, Goblin has a armor class of 15. You roll a d20, 20-sided dice. You roll a 14. You have a sword that's got a +1 attack modifier on it. That becomes a 15. You have hit the Goblin. Now that you've hit him, now you got to determine how much damage have you done to it. So, in this case, the sword is likely going to be either a 6-sided or an 8-sided dice. So you roll one of those. Let's say it's an 8-sided dice. You get a 5. Add your strength bonus to it, which might be a +2 or a +3. You've done 7 or 8 points of damage to that character. I could explain all that, or you could follow it by I'm rolling digital dice in front of you, and you could see the number for yourself in the chat room. So I'm kind of thinking that might be the way to go here. So instead of saying like, okay, what did Jenny get? Hun, what did you get? Oh, I got a 15. Okay, a 15 hits. Instead of doing that, she could just simply just type in /roll into the chat room, and the digital dice get rolled on screen, and all of us see that she rolled a 15. Cole says, yeah, digital sounds good for stream purposes. I know, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I greatly appreciate the digital stuff. This is the reason why I'm running pen and paper. If I wanted to do like a fully integrated digital version of the game, I'd just play Baldur's Gate 3 with Aunt Jenny. But I run a Christian-centered game. And I'm not happy with some of the themes in Baldur's Gate 3. So, plus, I like the paper and figuring out the math and the imagination, and I like telling my own story, and I like creating dungeons and putting traps and bad guys in them and loot. That's another thing is you're walking through the dungeon, and at any given point you could trigger a trap. And what kind of trap is that? It could be a 10-foot deep pit with spikes on the bottom, or it could be pendulums coming out of the walls in front of you. So it's describing all that's a lot of fun. So anyway, that's what you've got to look forward to on Friday. Ty, did you say you have a physical D100 you received as a gift? I do. I do. I have a yeah, you got that for me. No, I don't. I have it downstairs in my dice bag. Yeah. But yeah, I do have a physical D100. I like to call it the D-Hundo. Would you mind? No? Yeah, just bring my dice bag up. And then maybe just bring up a thing of water. I want to fill this up. And ulterior motive. Jesse, I think there are some physical dice that connect to Roll20, so you can get the best of both worlds. I don't know how much that costs, though. Yeah, I buying anything is not in the cards for me right now. Ty, I did not even know there was such a thing. As what? As a D100? It's mostly a gag. Really, if you're rolling on a table that has 100 itemized different possibilities on the table, what you really want to do is you want to grab two pieces of dice. An actual D100, which is a D10 with the decade milestones on each side, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. And then you want to roll a D10 to get the single digits out of that. That's really the best way to roll for, that's really the best way to roll. But there does exist a singular piece of dice that has 100 sides to it, and it's a ball is what it is. It's just a ball. It's an acrylic ball. It's like this. It's almost the size of my fist, and it's just got it's got 100 little notches on it where there's numbers. Is it an accurate roll every single time? Probably not. You probably get more of an accurate randomized roll using the two dice to make the 100. You probably get a little bit more of an accurate roll out of the two dice, but whatever. Yeah, Nanda's a D1000. Ty, yeah, it seems like it would just be a ball. That's what it is. It's a massive acrylic ball. It's hilarious. It does roll. It does. Jenny was saying it rolls. It definitely rolls. How did I get in here? I'm like lost in this place already. We got it? So let me... There's... Sit up a little bit here. Damn does. A D infinity. You roll it and get sucked into the abyss. That's funny. So this is my dice bag, and this thing is basically full. Ty, well, of course it rolls right off the table onto the floor down the hallway. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Jesse redeemed. Roll a D20. Lord of the Rings impression, hun.
Oh, you changed
yeah. I did change it.
Wait, I gotta jump in the chat.
Yeah, jump in the chat. So it's kind of hard. I guess it might be a little hard to see on the chat room, but it's my dice bag filled with all the dice. I guess you can't really see it at all because it's dark in here, but anyway. And then here's the D100. See, it's literally it's a ball. It's a ball, and you roll it, and you get one of those things on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's roll that D20. I'll wait for you, hon. So, Jesse, this was Jenny's idea. She was like, you know what? And I think we were doing this on stream. She had come up with this idea. I wanted to kind of update the stuff that you can use your paladin points for to stuff that's a little bit more, I don't know, maybe like a little more fun. I think some of the things I had in there were not as fun as I had conceived it to be. And so she came up with this idea. 20 different Lord of the Rings characters that I can do impressions of for the most part. And she's like, so roll a D20, and then whatever that lands on, that's the impression that you do. So kind of like a randomized table. All right, what do we got? I don't want to. Oh, I should use my Lord of the Rings dice for this. They're on the bookcase right over there. You got to see the Lord of the Rings dice that I got for what was it, for Christmas? I got it for Christmas. I have Lord of the Rings dice, Jesse. I do. It's no, the other bookcase there by the Magic the Gathering books.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. In the metal case.
I must have gotten this.
You did. You got it for me. I think it was for my birthday. Huh? I'm
completely kidding.
I do. I have Lord of the Rings dice. I gotta show them to you. They is King Theoden on the D10. Okay, so it came in this fancy metal box.
I have the top one. I don't know.
Sorry. But then it's the whole set. The whole set is right here. What's happening here? Wow, Jesse, really with the 5 subs? Oh my gosh! Holy smokes!
Come on, Mr.
that hits our.
I can't carry it for
Oh
you.
my gosh, Jesse!
But I can carry you.
That hits our next goal.
Come on.
Jesse, come on, man! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Ah, that's really great. Thank you so much, Jesse. Unbelievable. Yeah. Wow. Incredible. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for your support. Amazing. Wow. Yeah, I hope I get someone really epic too. Jenny's saying perfect time for this roll. Hope you get someone really epic. So check this out. Right? And then so I'll show you the D20 because it's really awesome. They all have the one ring inside of it. They're all like that. Here's the Jesse, that's so cool. Lady of Arwen's in the chat room. Okay, welcome, Jenny. I don't know if you can might get a little fuzzy. Yeah, this was a you know what I should do? I have a whole thing for this. Why am I not using it? Here we go. This is much better, right? Why was I not using this? I definitely forgot about it. So you could kind of make it out a little bit. The webcam is having a hard time focusing on it. But you could sort of see like there's a ring in there. I'll show you the D20 again. Man, it's not showing up on the microphone. Can't even see it.
No, I'm pulling back a little tiny bit.
Yeah, it's tough to make out because of the numbers and the reflection. Maybe if I turn my cell phone light on. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. No, I don't think that really helped out much. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you could kind of see it there. So, let's try the it's got a funky looking D4. Usually D4s are like a pyramid, but this one, it's got this pointed bottom to it. I don't know if that light's helping anything out. Were they limited edition? Yeah, Jenny's checking for you right now. See if they're a limited edition. You can kind of see the ring in there a little bit. See, that one's real. That one's good. You can see the ring in there, real nice. So, all right. Here we go. Rolling a D20. All right, what did I get? I got a 9. That's Legolas. First one's Legolas.
Alright, what are you gonna do?
taking the hummus to Isengard! A red sun rises. Blood was spilled this night. The 9. Jesse. Woo! Let's open up that hype chest. Button mash emote. Share it with everyone. Button mash. So I think everyone here just unlocked, thanks to Jesse, for starting off that hype train. I think we all unlocked that button mash emote. See if you guys have it. Choo choo. Sub goal met. 17 out of 15. Unreal. Wild, Jesse. Really wild. Thank you. What's that? Just today, yeah. Just now. Well, I just changed it to 17. Oh man. I'm all turned around now. I really am. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna log out here with this character and jump onto the lore master. Having a hard time navigating. Nandaz, yeah, you get that in Moria. Do you guys want a sneak peek of the D&D outlay overlay? See what's gonna be see what it's gonna look like for Friday. Yeah. Only if it's sneaky. Cole's into it. Let me get it up, and then I'll show you how it's gonna look. Signs my account here. Lady of Arwen, I just checked, and while it doesn't say limited edition, they no longer appear to have the ring version. Oh, really? Okay. Hold on. Used the wrong thing. So for a digital desktop, I use Roll20, which is pretty common. Let's go here for a second. Okay, and here we are. Yeah, go ahead. So this is it. This is what we're going to be looking at. This is River Bend Hollow. And so Jenny and I are going to be moving these tokens around to kind of indicate, you know, where on the map we are. I've got a dungeon I'm putting together as well. Some other scenes I'm putting together as well. But since we were talking about Riverbend Hollow on Thursday, and since Cole is here, I thought he would, you know, Cole had said like, oh, that map looks good, let's use that, and then he named it. So this is kind of what we're looking at. We've got a soundscape of music and special effects in the background as well. And then when you roll dice, you just do /roll. Let's just do 1d20, enter. There you go. And that shows up, you see it on the screen as 9, but then in the chat room as well, you see that 9 in there too. So there's no doubt what is rolled. And then we're going to be comparing those rolls against, you know, different modifiers, adding them together, and then so let's do 5d6, all right? Let's do 5d6 again. See if we can get higher than a 14 on 5d6. Ah, a 20? It's because we rolled a 1 there. See, and you can see in the chat room, it's in. You see the individual rolls as well. I got a 1, a 4, a 6, a 3, and a 6. And then you see it represented on the dice, too. 5d6. There we go. That one was a 17. 3, 4, 2, 6, and 2. Not a terrible roll. Not bad. Let's do 1d100. Do a d100. 61. See what I mean by the two dice make the d100? 61. Yeah, there's a way of doing that, Nandoz. But since we're doing pen and paper, I'm trying to reduce the amount of digital influence on the game. So what I'm thinking about doing is in here. What you can do is you can upload your character sheets. So I think this one has a character sheet uploaded to it. This is an old one. Yeah. So I'm thinking about uploading my character sheets. This way you can at least, you know, people on the stream will have a chance to see, like, okay, what actually are those modifiers? How much is the health? We're going to be tracking all of this on pen and paper anyway, but I'd like to at least get a digital version of that on here. This way, you know, there's transparency on the rolls and the stats. Hopefully I could do that by Friday. If I can't, forgive me. Forgive me. But you can, using these digital character sheets, you can do a roll straight from here, and you'll see, like, I just rolled initiative, and so it automatically kicked out the dice. The roll was 4, but when you go into the chat room, the initiative is 9 because it added the modifier for dex, which is a 3. So 5, obviously 5 plus 3. Well, 5 plus 3 is 8. So where did that extra 1 come from? How did that end up being a 9? Let's see, what level is this? This is a level 11 rogue. So maybe there's some sort of... There might be some sort of feature or piece of armor or weapon. There's something's giving him a +1 to his dex score here on initiative rolls. Let's do a hit here. So hitting with the rapier, it's a +7 to attack, but then the damage is 1d8 plus 3. So let's see what that is. Ah, he rolled a 1. That's terrible. So you roll to attack, right? And that's a 13. With all of the modifiers being added, turns into a 19 or a 20. In our D&D campaign, that's going to actually be a crit. I've got some house rules I like to have. One being that a 19 or a 20 is a crit instead of just a 20. When you roll a crit in D&D, you double the damage. So since this was a hit and it's a critical hit, let's do the damage. Okay, so that ends up being a 9 in total. So then, because it's a critical hit, it's not a 9. It's not just 9 damage. It's 9 plus 9, which is 18. If the 2-hit score was an 18, it would just be the 9 damage. But since the house rules here are 19 and 20 are crits, we double the damage. So I'd like to get this uploaded for Friday. We'll see. But it's only going to be for reference. I'm not going to be rolling off of it. So what do you think, folks? You like it? Jesse says, looks good. Awesome. How's the sound? Is the sound too loud? I think maybe the music might be a little loud. I think maybe I'll take the music down a little bit. Bring that down a little, and then probably add the... Yeah. Oh, wait, the sound of the water is part of this track. All right. Oh, well. D100. Dice. I should have, you know what I should have here is a D20 at the ready. Just in case. And of course there's like a particular D20 that I want to use as well. For my Lord of the Rings quotes. Or, impressions, rather. Taking the hobbits to Isengard! No, I was just trying to give Jesse his his some value out of his paladin points.
Oh, we both did.
We did. All right, hold on. Let me catch up. There's oh, this is my first D20 ever. It's my first one. All right. You know what? Maybe I'll do a digital one. I'll do it here. Since I've got this up anyway. Aye. What you doing? Let's roll 1d20. Okay, so we'll do Jesse first. Jesse roll Lord of the Rings impressions 1d20. Let me turn this off. What are we gonna get? Another 9.
No way.
Yeah, it was Legolas again. Oh boy. Shoot. He's got so many quotes too, and I'm only thinking of
Do the box one. I give him
the box one. Shall I describe it for you? Or would you like me to get you a box? Legolas! What do your elf eyes see? The Uruks turn northeast! They're taking the hobbits to Isengard! 1d50. Let's do another d20. Okay, let's do, who else? Keep next. Lady of Arwen is next. Alright. A 12. That's Eowyn. Eowyn. I am no man.
I insist you do her cackle.
You do. Which has given rise to the belief that there are no dwarf women. And that dwarves just spring out of holes in the ground. The Eowyn cackle. Let's see. Do 1d20 again. All right, this is for Nandaz. Nandaz with the 2. Okay, that's Bilbo. Oh man. You want it for yourself, Bilbo Baggins. That's more of a Gandalf quote, but alas, 11 years is far too short a time to be spending with such excellent and admirable hobbits. And then let's see, Ty redeemed as well. Let's do an 11. Arwen. Frodo, ima Arwen, lasto Bethnain Tonu Nungalad. Oh man, Lady of Our. Why is this so accurate? This is very guttural, you know. Just, oh boy, that's Ty. What's Ty saying? First of all, to tell you that I am immensely fond of you all, and that 11 year. First of all, to tell you all that I'm immensely fond of you all, and that 11 years is too short a time to live among such excellent and admirable hobbits. I do not know half as well as you as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. Thank you for that, Nandaz. Ty redeemed Hydrate. Thanks for grabbing that quote for me. So, all right. Well, that's going to be what the D&D stream is going to end up looking like, and that'll be Friday at 11. And here I am in the Old Forest with Goldberry, carrying water for Goldberry over to the road. Got to squeeze through these trees over here, and then not incur the wrath of the mobs around. Oh, wait, hold on. I did, yes. And I did indeed hydrate. Nandaz, all I see is darkness. Sorry about that. We're back. And we're back. Definitely looking forward to Friday's stream. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I am thinking about maybe taking Thursday or maybe Wednesday, and doing a day of Dungeons and Dragons online. I was thinking about that. Would you guys be interested in checking out some DDO? What is going on here? I seem to have passed my destination. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I gotta take this bucket of water over to Adso's camp. Oh my gosh. How the heck did I end up all the way over here? Oh Lord. How did that happen? Ty. That's Saturday for you future dwellers. Thanks, Ty. Yeah. Ty Nandaz lives in the time machine known as Australia. Hey, Nandaz, thank you very much for the bits. Wow-wee. 100 bits. Thank you so much, man. That's really generous of you. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much. Let's see. Closing in on this one was this Find Goldberry Springs. So this is finding all the stuff in the old forest. Get 2,000 virtue out of that one. I'd say that's an easy one, but the old forest is a pain in the neck to navigate. Yeah, just running with a bucket of water. that's what I'm doing. I don't even know who the heck is supposed to get this stupid bucket of water. Searching for fresh springs. Okay. Graham Laxper. Here he is. He's over here. Ty, yeah, Adso's camp, right. And Graham over here wants it. Lady of Arwen, if you ran that fast, you'd have no water in your... you'd have no water when you got to your destination. I know. And I got attacked a couple of times, too. I was really like... Because you know, if this were World of Warcraft, and you get attacked carrying anything like this, you're going to drop it and you got to go all the way back. Nandoz, how many bits for Arwen dress-up party? Yeah, unfortunately, that one's gonna be quite a few. I gotta work that out. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll have like a subscriber goal for an Arwen dress-up party. I think that might be it, but I kind of have to like I gotta think about it a little bit because I don't know if I don't know if I should be doing that. So we'll see. 232. Let's see. Well, I'll go with this. You'll dress up as Aragorn if I dress up as Arwen?
No, I said you could dress up.
I could dress up as Aragorn?
I'll dress up as Arwen.
Yeah. I do think Eowyn was the better match for Aragorn, but you know, that's not how love goes. You take what? Okay. That's the way love goes. Ty, you can set the quest as focus in quest tracker. Yeah, thanks for the 3 drops of spring water. Really helpful, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Big announcement. Nandoz will be wearing floppy bunny ears for his first affiliate stream. Yes, let's go. Let's get it done, folks. Nandoz. Oh. Listen, Nandoz may not be able to find... He may not be able to find bunny ears. But he should be able to find, like, kangaroo ears or something. It might be a difficult find in Australia. So I say, you know, let's give the guy a little bit of a break. You know, if he can't find bunny ears, I think kangaroo ears is just it's just fine. Lady of Arwen redeemed. Roll D20 Lord of the Rings impression. All right, let's do another one. We got it's another 2. It's Bilbo. Quick, give me a Bilbo quote. All right. So feed me the line. So Gandalf asks, "Is that so difficult?" Trying to think. What about this ring of yours? Is that staying too?
Oh, okay. Because he, hold on, that goes into the I'm angry, it's your fault. Hold on, let me get
Right.
the line.
Okay, so Jane's gonna get the line. She's gonna pull it up, and then if you feed me the lines, I'll definitely be able to feed them back to you as Bilbo. Should just probably buy the whole script for Fellowship of the Ring. You got it?
This is a pretty wild back and forth between them. I'm sure you got it.
I got it.
All right.
I got it.
I'm gonna paste it.
Hit me with the first Gandalf line.
I'm gonna feed it to you in the chat.
No, don't. You're gonna have me. Okay. All right.
Isn't that easier? You can read it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, because it's the whole back and forth.
The whole back and forth. You're gonna do the whole thing. Nandoz, I was gonna dress up as a fair dinkum tree blue Aussie legend.
Okay, I got it's so big I gotta do it.
I don't even know what that is, Nandoz. I've never heard of that before in my life. I'm totally lost. A dinkum true blue Aussie legend. Checking Google Translate now, says Ty. Okay, so you're going to dress as a dinkum, which is a true blue Aussie. I thought you... yeah, I misread you. I thought you said a dinkum tree, a blue Aussie legend. I'm like, what's a dinkum tree? And what's a blue Aussie? And why are they passing around legends? But Jenny's having a really hard time with these lines.
No, it's just because there's so much of it, and I got.
Why don't you just feed me the Gandalf lines, and I'll hit you with the Bilbo.
Can I just link this to you in chat?
Yeah, you could link it to me.
Let me do that. There you go.
All right. So here we go. So we can all take a look. All right. So I'm just gonna do both characters. I think you should leave the ring behind, Bilbo. Is that so hard? Well, no. And yes. Now it comes to it. I don't feel like parting with it. It's mine. It found me. It came to me. There's no need to get angry. What if I'm angry? It's your fault. It's mine. My own. My precious. Precious? It's been called that before, but not by you. Oh, what business of yours would I do with my own things? I think you've had that ring quite long enough. You want it for yourself, Bilbo Baggins! Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you. Gotta add that little last piece in there. Ty. Nandoz. I think Ty said something the other day. I had zero idea what he was talking about. Lady of Arwen. Woo! Cheering me on. Thank you. Google melted. It had no idea. You should have dropped it into Chat GPT. It would have been like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Greetings, friend.
In fact, I think that's fun. Let's screw around with Chat GPT for a second with that. me switch this. Okay. Then Gandalf proceeds to steal the ring, frolicking all the way to Mordor. The little part where Bilbo gets all aggravated and Gandalf says in a confused voice, "There's no need to get angry." Reminds me of my entire pregnancy with our daughter. Says Lady of Arwen. Ty, something about Chinese gold miners in Australia. So let's see. Let's go back to Nandaz's comment. It's a... Okay, ChatGPT. What is a dinkum?
Be careful. Be careful, Dave. You bring up something that's not family friendly.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. All right, now we're gonna check to see if this is right. Okay, so Nandaz, you got to tell me, is this true? Dinkum in his. I can't believe we're doing this. Dinkum is an Australian slang term that can be used in a few different contexts, but most common meaning refers to something that is genuine, authentic, or real. For example, if someone says, "He's a real dinkum Aussie," they mean the person's a true, down-to-earth Australian. Dinkum is also used in phrases like "fad dinkum," which means something is true, honest, or real. It can be used as an exclamation. For instance, "That's a fad dinkum," to express agreement or surprise. Additionally, dinkum is the name of an open-world survival game set in the Australian outback where players explore, build, and interact with the environment. Depending on the context, it can have a bit of a nostalgic or endearing tone, too. All right, come on, Nandaz. Is that true? Did ChatGPT nail it or no? Nandaz saying, yeah, it's not that. It's the first two paragraphs. Okay, so we're not talking about Australian Minecraft here. We're talking about these right there. Ty, after donning floppy bunny ears. Content warning inbound. Lady of Arwen, I feel like this is something we would hear on Bluey. Bluey. I love Bluey. Give us your best Aussie accent. Give me something Aussie to say. It's like something that you would hear in an Aussie pub with guys like screaming at each other watching a football match. Something like drunken Aussie. Come on. I need it because I can't just pull it out, you know. I have to have like some authentic Australian terminology in there. Can't. It's inappropriate for this forum. well, you know, water it down a little bit, you know, instead of the cursing. Try and water it down. Because I want to be able to separate the nonsense Americanized commercials for things that are purportedly Australian, like Foster's beer. You know, you always get the Foster's Australian for beer. And so that's obviously very Americanized. if it even exists at all in Australia. I kind of feel like beer in Australia would be a lot hardier than Foster's is here. How's it going? How'd you go on the punt? I'd love to knock the froth of a couple of bevies. Bevies? Is that it? Bevies? Off a couple of bevies. Okay. Hi, mate. How's it going? How'd you do on the punt? I'd like to knock the froth off a couple of bevies. Nah, I don't think that was all that good. Nanda. Let me give it another try. Give me out of 10, 10 being the best. How good was that? I mean, obviously, you know, that would not pass in Australia. People to look at me like I was probably a mentally challenged Australian. Did I at least get close? Like 10 being I'm convinced you're actually Australian. 1 being you're American speaking normally. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Correct. That would be the scale, Nandaz. Ty, sounds exactly like a New Yorker trying to imitate an Aussie. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought of it. Like someone from Brooklyn trying to imitate an Australian. Hey, mate, how's it going? How'd you do on the punt? I'd love to knock the froth at a couple of bevies. I think maybe that one might have been a little bit better. Yeah, 3 out of 10. All right. Okay. But not a 1. I'll take it. The 3 out of 10. That's sort of the problem is I haven't seen Bluey in a long time, so I can't just imitate someone from Bluey. Wouldn't do any better at a New York accent. That's all right. Hey, I'm walking here. All I can say is, hey, I'm walking here. She did. I heard it. Is there true story? All right, Book 1, Chapter 5. The Other Riders. Talk to Langland. What? Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, Nandos. For the effort you went to, my friend. Oh, thank you. Wow, that's a lot of bits, man. Thank you. 500 bits. Woo. My gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you for the bits. I really tried. I tried very hard. I really tried. You know, I'm just so always impressed by folks who are not American, non-American actors who do such a great job at an American accent. Henry Cavill being chief among them. I mean, his American accent. I was shocked when I found out that he was English, and not just like a little English, like he's the solidly English. You know, it's not like, you know, he was born in England and you know he spent, you know, 15 years here and very Americanized. Like not at all. No, he's and he does such a great job at an American accent using in Superman that it's incredible. Hugh Laurie as well was another one. I was really surprised. He shocked everyone. I think he got an award once, and he shocked everyone that he would. Of course, you know, folks in you know who in the United Kingdom who watched the BBC, you know, they knew Hugh Laurie for decades, and Americans were not exposed. That's kind of the thing, is like we're just not exposed to other things. You know, American culture is just so all-encompassing here in America, and we have such a large country. It really is tremendous that we just, Tom Holland, another great one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's so weird to me whenever Tom Holland is not acting like Spider-Man, to hear him speak as himself. It's like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be from Queens. Knock that off. It's like his English accent sounds fake. But so we're just not exposed, and if you don't live near I'm going to be honest with you, it's not even a large metropolitan area, okay? Because that includes, you know, Flagstaff, Arizona, Denver, Colorado. I'm sure there's one in Maine. If you don't come, you have to be from New York or from L.A. Those are the only two places in America where you're going to, and really, really, really New York. It's really New York. It's really New York. Because let's face it, L.A. does not have a large concentration of anything other than, well, we all know. So you're not going to hear a lot over there either. So it's really New York. It's really New York. If you're not in New York or living near New York City, guess what? You're not really going to be exposed to the world. And, you know, as a police officer, you know, I was exposed to a tremendous amount of cultures and accents as a result. Just not a very frequent basis, but often enough where I do have an ear for a lot of accents. But aside from that, man, Americans have a really hard time imitating another accent. It's because we're just so we're very insular. We're very much cut off from much of the world. So, which is odd to say in this day and age with, you know, all the technology that we have. You know, instant video around the world available. You know, if someone from Australia is recording something on a live stream, I'm watching it live here in America instantly. So it's very odd to say that we're kind of cut off from the rest of the world, but it is very true, even to this day. Lady of Orange redeeming stretch. You know, I got to be honest with you. You never really realize how badly your body could do well with a stretch until you actually do a good one. And then you just start feeling all the blood going through your muscles again. It's like, oh, why did I not do that myself? Why did I have to be prompted? Ah, feels so good.
Stay a moment.
Stay a moment. All right, so I'm going to be out here killing Crabine from Dunland. Hide! Title awarded. Sophocles, known through Bree. Go ahead and make that one active. Ah, we got another Lord of the Rings. Another one. 8. We haven't had number 8 before. Who's that? Sauron.
Oh no.
Ashnar Skimpotok.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Like frightening.
I see you. There is no life in the void, only death.
I think that's probably all of Sauron's lines in the trilogy. I think I nailed it all. Okay, so whenever you do him, you have to hydrate. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about DDO on Thursday? Maybe Dungeons and Dragons Online for Thursday night. You guys into that? I think that might be fun.
How can I be of service? Could I speak with you a moment?
Hey, all right, level 19. Let's see, did I get a point? I got 3 points to spend. Let's finish this out. Another great thing about MMOs, Cole, is that you get to build your character, and in a good MMO, you can make a really cool build with a lot of very rewarding sort of combat style. Burning Earth. The Cracked Earth skill burns hotter, dealing additional damage. I feel like I hardly use that. Fend him off. Increasing the bonus damage dealt with staff strike consumes a flank. Okay. This is one of my favorite skills. Let's go with that. All right. Ty, DDO's great. All right. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to create a brand new character on the stream and just start smashing quests with the character. So I have a level 16 paladin on one server, but it's been a while since I played the game, so I'd like to kind of have like a nice reminder. Lone Lands. Travel to the Lone Lands. That's my next destination here. Investigate Crick Hollow. Hey. Talk about barking up the wrong tree. Jesse. Jesse wants me to do another one. All right, let's go. Let's do it. We got, what we got here? We got a 6. Mary. Mary. Oh boy. Mary's best line. You gonna Google that? That was the line that he said to Pippin, right? Right. Can you pull up that that part of the script? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that line. Which one? Which line is that he says to King Theoden? He's asking for his service. I have a sword. I can fight. Going through this forest, man. It is dangerous. Oh, that's right. I think I have to. Yeah, I got to go through the gate at the hedge here into the Shire. And then might as well get the stable master while I'm here.
Hello there.
Hello there. Investigate Crick Hollow. Okay. Yep, I remember this quest now. Poor Freddy Bulger here is about to get attacked by a bunch of Crabine. Got it? Okay. Let's see. Was that it? Talk to Langland. Looks to be it. All right, head on back.
I'm literally going to review the script, but I'm going to tell you exactly what this is.
Okay.
Alright, just do Control F as I can. Okay, just click that link.
Okay.
And when you get it,
Mm-hmm.
hit Control F and type I want to fight.
Got it. Okay, so starting with King Theoden. Little hobbits do not belong in war, Master Meriadoc. All my friends have gone to battle. I would be ashamed to be left behind. It is 3 days' gallop to Minas Tirith. None of my riders can bear you as a burden. But I want to fight! Wow. This is the whole screenplay for Return of the King. Angelon Smeagol and his cousin Deagle sit in a small coracle, their fishing lines draped over the side, sunshine glinting off the surface of the water. An idyllic image. Suddenly, Deagle's fishing rod bends under the weight of a large fish. Deagle, excited. Smeagol! I've got one! I've got a fish, Smeagol! Smeagol, excitedly. Go on! Pull it in! Deagle pulls on his rod, but is hauled overboard and disappears underwater with a splash. Angelon Smeagol, leaning over the boat, concerned. Deagle! Extended underwater river Anduin during the day. Angelon Deagle is towed to the riverbed by a large fish. He suddenly lets go of the line, eyes fixed on a shining gold ring lying in the silt. Exterior, River Anduin, Gladden Fields during the day. Clothes on, Deagle climbs out of the water onto the riverbank. Clothes on the ring revealed in Deagle's palm. Angelon Smeagol peers over his shoulder. The gold reflects in Smeagol's eyes. On the soundtrack, the hum of the ring grows louder. Smeagol. Give us that, Deagle, my love. Deagle turns to look at him, a smirk on his face. Why? Clothes on Smeagol, moves towards Deagle. Because it's my birthday, and I want it. Angelon Smeagol jumps on Deagle, strangling him. Smeagol rips the glittering ring from Deagle's limp hand. Smeagol says, My precious. Clothes on Smeagol, slips the ring on his finger, and disappears. Wow, it's a big difference between what's in the script versus what you actually see on the movie. Yeah. Pretty incredible. It's just so simply stated on the script. Okay, Jesse, have a great night. Jesse's saying, alrighty, I'm going to get some sleep. Good night, have a good one. Good night, Jesse. Lady of Arwen, horrifying. I mean, it's all there on the in the script. It's just I mean, and I guess this kind of goes without saying, but it's just so lifeless. You know, the actual camera angles, the soundtrack. The actors and their contributions to, you know, creating life out of the written word, really just a big difference between what's on the page versus what you're seeing. Pretty incredible. Folks are really talented. Langland over here is lounging about.
How can I be of service?
Okay, back to Strider over in Bree. Go chat with him. Lady of Arwen, that little moment they have where he tries to grab at the ring, it looks like a silly interaction that children may have when one has a toy that the other wants, but then there's an uneasiness in the scene, and then it escalates so fast. Incredibly well written and acted. Yeah, for sure. The exchange on paper is not nearly as disturbing as right as what you got on film. Incredible. You know, what I love so much about this game is that as you play through it, you know, you really feel as if you're in Middle Earth, book version of Middle Earth. It's really incredible. Lady of Arwen. The music, too. That's a huge part of communicating emotion intended. Yeah, for sure. You're not wrong there. You know, the music is you know, another character.
Greetings.
A little faster here. By the way, for those of you who have been waiting on the second part to my exclusive YouTube video series, Epic Quests, the second, I'm actually starting to record the second part now. I apologize. I wanted to come out with videos for Epic Quests. At least once a month, and that being, you know, the lowest frequency. However, launching the new Wayward Radio podcast, we wanted to launch with 3 episodes, and it's a monthly podcast. So that means that, you know, 3 episodes would bring us to March before starting to record more again. So over the month of January, I've had to write, record, and edit, and then scheduled release 3 episodes of a podcast. So, oh, I missed the prancing pony. So that really kind of held back a lot of time that I was going to use to record the second episode of Epic Quests. And then work got super busy, so that kind of held me back too, obviously. So I'm starting now things have kind of slowed down just a little bit this week, and I am going to have already started recording some of the footage I need for the second episode of Epic Quests. So that's going to be coming out as soon as it can. I don't want to put a date on when that's going to come out, because I think it's going to take me a while to sort of figure out how to, once I get all the footage I need, it's going to take me a while to sort of figure out how do I want to edit it together. And I want to look at a couple of ways of doing a montage. So So it's gonna take some time, and there's a big learning curve there for me on this one. So just bear with me. Oh, Jesse, thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate that. Let me see. Here's the first video. Here's the link to the first video of Epic Quests. And what I'm doing is I'm looking into video games of the past and highlighting their most epic quests. And the first one I'm doing is Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And the quest, the Knights of the Nine. And what I do is I'm playing through the whole quest of Knights of the Nine. So hopefully I don't know how many installments it's going to take. So I'm trying to find a way to make it not take a tremendous amount of installments. So I'm trying to find like creative ways. Now I could very easily just record a 20-minute video of doing the whole quest, bouncing around here and there in the storyline, only showing, the most exciting and important parts. But I don't want to do that. I want to show the whole quest, so people have a sense of the whole idea behind this. Is if you've never played the Knights of the Nine quest in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, I want you to get a sense of what it's like. And obviously there's going to be all spoilers in there, so spoiler warnings, right? But I want you to get a sense of what it's like to actually play that quest. And with every installment, with every episode in the series, I want it to start off with a story hook and end off on a story hook, and all the stuff in between. And there's some stuff in there that, because it's a video game, it gets a little monotonous. So trying to figure out like, okay, how do I cut through the monotony and yet show how incredible and epic this is in its true scope. Is sort of what this series is about. So I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't yet seen the first video, that's I just linked it for you. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you watch it and enjoy it. And the second one is I've been thinking about the second one, and for a while I've been thinking about how am I going to record this, because one part of the quest is you have to go to all the various shrines throughout the province of Cyrodiil and pay homage to one of the 9 gods in those shrines. And so how do you do that in a way that is interesting? When you're not playing the game, it's not interesting at all. It's boring. So how do you do that in a way that's interesting? Well, the answer to me is you don't actually show it. It gets shown very quickly in a montage, and then the next step after that becomes, So that was kind of the answer I'm working on, but I have a lot of technical limitations when it comes to the editing for video, and I'm sort of like researching and trying to learn and teach myself how can I do a montage in a way that is going to sort of display all of these 9 shrines without displaying every single one of these shrines in successive order. So I'm trying to figure that out right now, and it's fun, but it's a lot of work, and but I'm enjoying. I'm learning a lot and enjoying it. So just bear with me. I know Nandoz had asked a while ago, like, when I was going to come out with that second episode, and so for any of you who might have been watching and wondering if I'm going to keep up with it, I am. It's just it's a big learning curve, and I'm sort of working on it. think I'll go with this Gleaming Gold armband. It's got the max morale and crit rating on there that my character could use.
Listen well.
Oh, man. Look at this. I gotta sell some stuff. I guess I'll swap out the +1 to vitality. Thin copper armband. There we go. That was an easy swap. Talk to Tom Bombadil. Hell yeah. Looking forward to that. All right, folks. I think that's going to be it for the night. I'm getting kind of tired, and this seems like a nice time to sort of cut it off here. Next time I'll be playing tomorrow. We'll go visit Tom Bombadil, and we'll be back in Moria as well. So, yep, Ty says good night. Good night, Ty. Listen, I want to thank you all for everyone who came into the chat room, who was chatting with me. Thank you for your support. Those of you who have been lurking in the chat room, thank you for your support as well. I want to thank everyone who was, rolling, of course, on all of the various paladin points there. That was a lot of fun to get those Lord of the Rings quotes on here and to do that. I had a good time with that. I want to thank Jesse as well for being generous and gifting all those subscriber Twitch subscribers to everyone in the chat room, and also to Nandaz as well for all of his generosity with his bits today. If you weren't aware, TBC Nandaz also does streaming for Lord of the Rings Online as well. And I want to give him another shout out as well. So check him out there at TBC Nandaz. Give him a follow on his Twitch channel. He's trying to hit affiliate. And so I'll see you tomorrow, right here at 11 p.m. Eastern. For more Lord of the Rings Online. I'll be playing the my Lore Master and my Captain tomorrow as well. So, on another note, I want to say this before I close off. Yesterday and Friday, I had a really bad bout of PTSD symptoms, and it made streaming on those days incredibly difficult. And after that, I always receive a large dose of depression, which happens afterwards. And today, I was suffering from that for a very long time, and still am. But coming on the stream and when I'm starting to feel a little bit better, brightens me up. So I want to thank all of you, and of course my incredible wife Jenny, for all of your support in a time where it's tough. It's tough. So I want to thank you guys for that support. You cheered me up tremendously. When I started the stream, I was not feeling all that great, which was an improvement from this morning. And I'm ending the stream off in a much better place. So thank you for all of that. Truly, thank you. And I continue to work on this little blip in the radar in my mental health. So I continue to work on that. So thank you, everyone, for your support. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.